An Afternoon at Sugarcube Corner by somebody else, in reverse. The kitchen in the back of Sugarcube Corner was a special kind of messy that only came from a constant flow of pastries and sweets. The countertops all had a permanent dusting of white flour. Sugar rested in bags and bowls and pots of every size and shape spread through every corner of the room, looking as though the sugar was rainwater and the bowls were arranged to catch every particular leaky roof. Smears of chocolate stained the walls at irregular intervals. Baskets and bowls of fruit lay on the countertop, ready to be made into delicious filling.
What kind of pie should we bake today?
Asked PinkiePie. She reached for the bin of apples as she spoke because she already knew the answer. In all the time she had known her, Applejack's preference had reliably been constant. Make it with apples. Applejack put her hoof thoughtfully to her chin.
How's about banana cream?
The bin of apples dropped to the floor as PinkiePie drew a gasp of disbelief.
Not apple?
She put her forehead to her side of her friend's face, stretching her freckles orange cheeks.
What have you done with the real Applejack?
Applejack chuckled and tipped her hat forward so it covered her eyes.
Looks like you discovered my terrible secret, Sugarcube.
PinkiePie's eyes widened.
What's that?
I've been brainwashed by the evil nightmare Criscord.
The orange pony reached up on her hind legs, waving her forehooves above her head.
Friendship is dumb. Apples are gross. Rah!
The baker giggled as Applejack made more playful lunch for her.
Nightmare who?
Nightmare Criscord.
Applejack warbled.
The unwholesome fusion of all our greatest enemies.
PinkiePie squealed as her friend rolled her onto the floor. A measuring cup fell off the table, sending a puffy cloud of flour into the air.
What evil plan does Nightmare Criscord have?
She asked, pinned beneath a pair of orange hooves. Applejack frowned.
You mean hypnotizing your best friend ain't evil enough?
Her eyes darted around the kitchen, finally settling on a tray of cupcakes.
Aha! Nightmare Criscord's got a wicked, diabolical plan, all right.
She grabbed the tray from the place on his counter.
They plan to rid Equestria of all cupcakes.
Applejack gulped one of the treats in a single messy bite.
That means I eaten them all.
Crumbs spilled out of her mouth as she grinned. PinkiePie gasped loudly, her eyes going wide.
Oh no, don't do that! If all the cupcakes are gone, what will I have to serve at parties?
Ha! Ain't it so diabolical? With the cupcakes on, parties will get all bland and boring. Ponies will stop showing up to them on account of how cupcake-less the parties are. Ponies will stop having birthday parties and forget how old they are.
Applejack waved the tray in the air, sending a dab of frosting flying towards PinkiePie.
It's the perfect plan.
The pink pastry chef licked the frosting off her nozzle.
It won't work. You'll get a tummy ache if you eat every cupcake in Equestria. I know. I've tried.
The farmer pony laughed.
A tummy ain't gonna stop pure evil.
She stuffed another cupcake into her mouth. A steely look of determination set onto PinkiePie's expression as she scrambled under her hooves.
If that won't stop you, then it's not the Pinkie Diane responsibility pie.
She galloped up to the other side of the room, reaching into her red box labeled, "In case of emergencies."
Oh, and how exactly does Pinkie Diane responsibility plan on stopping me?
With this!
From the box, Pinkie produced a cupcake so large it may very well have been a cake. The mid-afternoon sunlight sparkled off the colorful sprinkles and creamy icing. The sweet scent that drifted off of it spoke of rich, moist batter. Applejack gulped.
With another cupcake?
Not just another cupcake, silly. This is the cupcake. Sweetened with sugar, grown in the greenhouse, made from sugar glass. The flour is made from the special type of wheat called sweet. The eggs come from chickens who were raised on candy and sugary breakfast cereals. This is the embodiment of everything a cupcake could ever be.
She took a deep breath.
Want a bite?
Applejack's mouth watered. PinkiePie grinned.
Being brainwashed to eat all the cupcakes. You can't resist it.
The orange pony stepped forward.
The consumption of such a powerful cupcake will surely please Nightmare Criscord.
Go on, have some.
Pinkie held out the plate to Applejack. The farm pony hesitantly took a bite from the treat. Her eyes went wide as the sugary frosting touched her tongue.
Ah!
She shouted.
The sweetness is too much. All the sugar's burning away the mind control.
PinkiePie shoved another mouthful of the cupcake in her friend's face.
You can do it, Applejack! Come back into the light, where we have cookies and friends and apples and sunny afternoons! Fight it off!
A gurgle leapt off Applejack's throat. He twisted around in midair and collapsed dramatically onto the floor. Her hat covered up her face. For a while, the mare lay motionless.
Applejack?
PinkiePie prodded her friend with a hoof. The orange pony twitched, then twitched again. PinkiePie lifted Applejack's hat to find that she was laughing. Applejack grinned wide as her belly shook with a deep throaty chuckle. The pink mare joined in the laughter, collapsing in head on top of Applejack as the two giggled uncontrollably. 2 full minutes were passed by as the two earth ponies rolled on the floor. Finally, Pinkie wiped a mirthful tear from her eye. Somehow, the farm pony's hat had ended up on her head.
So now that you've been unbrainwashed, what kind of pie do you want to make?
Applejack sniffled, gathered up her hooves beneath herself.
Well, Pinkie, I reckon I'm partial to apple pie.
The end.